Look. Up ahead. You see it too?
You promised you gave.
Yes. It is real after all. She's finally arrived in the land of mist and fog. The place the Northmen call Hell.
Turn back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe.
Go back.
It's not safe.
It's them. They're here.
Can you see them?
Look around and you will see them. The drowned, the sick, the slain. Here they lie, rotting in the fields and rivers of hell. But the dead don't always lie still here. This is not a place of rest.
I can't do this. Go back. Go back. They're going to do that to you. Can you see them? Can you see them? They're going to do that to you. They're watching. Stop. Can you feel them watching? They're watching her. They're watching her. You're so close to the darkness. Go back. Can you feel it?
What is she thinking? I can tell you. She's afraid. Wouldn't you be? You'd think she would get used to it by now after so many years. But the darkness, it just builds onto itself, growing stronger, towering over her. You might try and ignore it, turn away. It's always there, just out of sight, where you're most vulnerable. It's like it knows that just enough light is all you need to see its suffocating power.
They can feel
You might think she's brave to go on this journey on her own, but it isn't bravery that drives her. Bravery only means something to those afraid of death. Senuas' fear runs far, far deeper. What is she looking at? What is she leaving behind? I know what she's thinking. I hear her thoughts. It's not too late to get into the boat and go back. No one will judge her. No one will ever know. Oh, she heard us. There's no going back.
You can't do it.
Senua pushes away a world that conspired to cause so much suffering. There's nothing to go back to, and worse to look forward to. Why don't you join us? Maybe you too have a part to play in this story.
Use your eyes. Use your eyes. Come closer. She can't focus.
Do not forget my stories, Senuas. Because your darkness comes from hell, and your fate lies there. They say the burning of a corpse will take you straight to Hela's gate, but gods and the living will follow this path. You must leave the Isles of Orkney across the eastern sea and find a road that leads north and down through deep, dark valleys. After 9 nights of riding, you will follow a great river and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to Helheim goes from there, across the river of Maldives.
Darkness is coming. Yearns for life. Hungers for it. Like a pack of wolves in the heart. But she's not stopping. Not this time.
Can you see it?
The land of mist and fog.
He's in there.
The old fool was right.
You see him?
What was it he said? The river of knives across which lies the halls of hell. The place they call Helheim.
He's lost. He's lost.
Where are you? I hear you.
He's there, you know it.
There's no doubt about
He's
it.
lost.
The source of the darkness is in Helheim,
You'll never find him.
They're called.
and the goddess Hela holds his soul there. Her dear beloved, Dillian.
What is she doing? Why is she doing this? Why doesn't she turn back? She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him. He's already dead. His in Helheim. His soul.
The bridge to Helheim.
Where are we? She needs to
I forget its name. She forgets too. But she does remember that only the dead may cross it. That part wasn't so easy to forget. The old fool said there was a hidden path up to it. Let's see, shall we?
The Northmen speak of 9 worlds. The world of men they call Midgard. Sky god. The Northmen speak of 9 worlds. The world of men they call Midgard. Sky gods dwell in Asgard. The gods of earth, harvest, wind, and sea dwell in Valhalla. The good elves. Do not forget my stories, Senua. Because your darkness comes from hell, and your fate lies there. They say the burning of a corpse will take you straight to Hell's Gate. But God's The Northmen speak of 9 worlds. The world of men they call Midgard. Sky gods dwell in Asgard. The gods of earth, harvest, wind, and sea dwell in Vanaheim. The good elves dwell in Alfheim. The evil ones dwell in Svartalfheim. The mountain giants dwell in Jotunheim. The fire giants dwell in Muspelheim. Niflheim is the world of ice and darkness. Only the dead dwell in Helheim, and that is where you must travel.
Stop. Why did she do that? She shouldn't have done it. She can't go back now.
No, this is it. The hidden path. I can see one.
Hold it in your mind's eye. Find one like it to open the gate.
Don't kill me. I'm not one of them.
I was just hiding. Find I live longer that way.
Where is he?
The bastards catch me again. Never!
Just a memory.
My tales of illusion. They call me Bruce. Liar. An old fool. Truth.
It's good to see you again. You kept your vow.
Guide you in this life and the next. I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Tell me your stories again, Lukas. I'm listening.
The runes seal the gates to hell. Focus your inner eye, and you too will see what's hidden in plain sight.
Focus. Look closer. Look.
It's me. Look towards the gate, and the gate will open.
Was denn?
The gate is open. Go through the gate. Go through it. It's dangerous. It's work. It's behind the gate.
Ah, it's laut.
It's safe.
I spent 6 years enslaved in hell, but I watched the Northmen, learnt their ways.
I know you did.
You listen when everyone else laughed. My people paid a heavy price. Carry my stories with you, and together we will make the Northmen feel our fury.
Push.
Another voice joins us. She once tried to make them go away. Pretend they weren't real. But what good is that? When we are always here.
Schaut das wie 4K aus, was sagst du?
You can stand on the edge. Pretend it's going to be okay.
Bin mir da nicht sicher, wie ich da jetzt mitbalancieren soll. Ob ich überhaupt muss.
Little slip. You can't just wish things away.
Gosh.
The world of the dead is ruled by the giantess, Hela, daughter of Loki. The gods
Daughter of Loki.
bloodline, bad on her mother's side and yet much worse on her father's.
Hella is a
So,
day
as a
from
child, the All-Father cast her down into
Das
hell,
ist nicht die
gave her power over those who die of
Schwester, oder?
sickness,
War das nicht
age,
die
hardship,
im Tor?
self-slaughter. In all of the 9 worlds, only Hela
Heißt nicht die
can
Tochter von
resurrect the
Loki.
dead.
Das ist die
Das ist die
Schwester
Schwester
von
gewesen im Tor, ja. Aber wer weiß, wie das. Möb.
Stay back. Look at it. You have to open it.
The gate to Helheim divides the living from the dead. Is that the face of Hela herself? The half-rotten goddess that rules over Helheim. Whatever horrors lie behind that door, she must find him.
She must find him.
Shh.
Shh.
Someone's here.
Erster Boss. Darkness. Na komm her, Wichser. Ein kleines Tutorial war was Feines.
Das gibt's bei den Spielen.
30 Euro.
Genau.
It's nearly over. Finish.
Ah, das war's. Ah, jetzt war's es wieder. Oder wie verhalten der aus? Ah, der Fokus, genau. Ich glaube, einmal muss ich sterben, ja.
Na, was ist das?
A vision of what's to come. Poor Senua. The darkness does not bargain. It does not reason. It is rot.
Guschblades Arschloch.
And now it has taken hold. It will spread towards her
Der
head,
Kleine schaut zu.
the seat of the soul, until there is nothing left of her.
Bist du ein Kaffee? Hab ihn schon. Geht's noch?
All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
Okay, Gusch.
Und verstehe ich nicht.
Hm?
Warum liegt sie jetzt also hin, nicht am Boden?
Das war nur eine Halluzination von der alten.
Achso,
Die hat halt einen Bosch.
das stimmt ja. Wenn ich vor allem nicht in das Kopfhörer ist die Aufgabe für dich.
Ja und? Was ist jetzt? Da weiter. Spiel. Ich glaube, ich mache jetzt einmal kurz Ausschau. Da ist schon warm.
The hardest battles are
It's
fought in
dead.
the mind. That is what Dillian taught her.
Keep point.
Hm?
Keep point.
With
Keep
every defeat,
hold. Die.
the dark rot will grow and soon it will take her soul. But for now, at least, she still has control of her mind,
Ja.
and she will fulfill her vow, whatever the cost.
Ja, Auto weiter.
He's not right.
Listen to me, Senua. The goddess Hela lies behind the gate to Helheim. To open the gate, you must first face the gods that guard it. The god of fire, Zurt, and the god of illusion, Valravan. Spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim and enter the land of the dead.
Deine Mutter.
Beginning, there was nothing but darkness. Bitter cold to the north, fiery hot to the south. They say the cold formed ice. Valravan, ancestor of the seers and master of ravens. He hunts his prey with his powers of illusion and feasts on their remains. Follow the path to Valravan and defeat him in battle to earn his mark. The gate to Helheim cannot be opened without it.
Okay.
Ymir was a frost giant, a being of darkness, and all his sons and grandsons were dark after him. Of his daughters and granddaughters, some were monsters, others fair. But there was another who came from the ice. Buri. In shape, he was like a man, big and powerful. His son, Bor, took a fair giant to be his wife, and they had 3 sons. Odin was the eldest, and the Northmen hold him to be the foremost of the gods, the All-Father. Illusion hides the path to Valravan. Don't trust your eyes. Find another way to see the truth.
What's that? It's a door. No, it's not. Jeez. Push it, push it. Come on. You did it.
It's funny. We all want to see behind the veil, don't we?
Schätze, gibt's da mal Kabel vielleicht?
We mostly just close our eyes again.
Und das, was drüben liegt, für mich zum Anziehen.
Senua never could close her eyes, however hard she tried. Begged. This is the price she pays for seeing things different.
Echt jetzt? Wie das?
Differently. Because once you gaze into the relentless darkness, all that lurks within it can see you too.
Jetzt gibt's Fetzerei. Interagieren, rennen, fokussieren, bewegen. Vierer Schlag, Knapp blocken, ausweichen, ja, genau. Ja, weiß nicht. Dum, 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 dum. Ja, so geht es.
Defend yourself. Finish them. Don't let them get behind you. Keep them in sight. Take him down. Take him down.
Schaut so cool aus. Na komm her, du Fotze. Na komm her. Bitch, please.
The Northmen will not stop her. She will find.
Ladekabel vom Handy. Ich brauche jetzt kurz. Lele. Katze, nein.
Valravan's power of illusion comes from ravens. Align the ravens to break his magic seal.
Show me what you have seen, Truth.
Look how much it's
Okay, shit.
Something's shifting. Something's happened. Shifting. Can you feel it?
Can you feel it? Ba, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da.
Do you feel it too? It's like crossing into another world that looks the same but feels different. An imposter world where the forest itself is watching.
Okay.
Another gate.
Another gate. You know what to do. Stay back. You have to open it. It's not safe. Don't listen
To break the seal, align the ravens with the mark of Valravan.
Hat schon was für Kino-Feeling, ha?
Ravens. Can't you see them, James? Nice ravens.
Ich will eigentlich nur schauen, ob da noch irgendwo was zum Schauen ist.
I hear something.
If you hear the song of Valravan, follow it, and it will lead you to him. But be aware of his illusions. You can't always trust your eyes.
Challenge me.
Kuschblades Arschloch.
Where is he? It's not your fault. Listen, focus. Focus.
Gut, da ist nichts mehr.
Ein Spiel wird davor nichts erklärt.
Hä?
Da wird davor nichts erklärt.
Na, da ist klar.
Mhm.
Tut diese.
Is she lost? Wouldn't be the first time. Last winter, before the tragedy, she journeyed into the wilds of her native land, living off of berries, roots, and rabbits. It's not uncommon, you see. We call such a person a gout. Some like truth become gout in search of penance. Others,
Theoretisch steht da jetzt da eine Rune, ja.
purge a curse. Those who make it back are forever changed.
Da will ich noch nicht hin. Warte mal. Warte mal. Ach so. So, da kommen wir was, das müsste mal kommen. So, geht's aber. Halt einmal die Pappen da. Das ist schon nervig.
Say you must sacrifice in order to receive. They tell how the runes were revealed to Odin only in sacrifice. He hung himself from the world tree, and he stabbed himself with a spear, and he dedicated the sacrifice to himself. For 9 nights he hung on the tree without food or drink, and at last he saw the runes below him. He gave a cry and gathered them in his mind and learnt them. Then he fell from the tree.
Du bist einfach dumm.
She can get up now. What's happening? She can get up now. She can get up. Must be magic. Dark magic. A trick. Raven. Can she get up?
Wait.
It's him.
Dark magic draws her closer.
It's not him. He's helping her. It's not him.
It's a trick.
She's doing it on her own. He's not tricking her. It's magic.
It's an illusion.
Boom. Så er det slet ikke fedt.
We picture fear, and we think of a shadow in the woods, a creature in the night. If only it were that simple. The worst kind comes without warning. Deep and primal signal from within. A reminder that just because you cannot see the threat,
Okay.
it doesn't mean that it's not already here.
Jo.
You're right. She can't go
Okay.
in there. Valravn, he's there.
Ja, ik zie het.
Find another route.
Truth says there's always another route.
Find a way, Senua. Go round. Find your own path. A different way. End it now. This is nearly the end.
Skin.
Behind you. Behind you. Behind you.
What the shit.
The Northmen say that Odin and his brothers killed Ymir, and that the world of men was formed from his corpse. They made his bones into stone, and his flesh into earth, and his blood into the salt sea. They set his skull to be the bowl of the sky, with his brains for clouds. Odin and his brothers caught the sparks flying from Muspel and made them into stars. And to protect the new world from the giants, they used Ymir's great curving eyebrows as walls.
Whoop. Whoop.
Do you know what it's like to leave everything behind? Your home, loved ones, to head deep into the wilds, perhaps never to return. Senua does. Because when darkness speaks, it changes everything. Turning home into a foreign land and loved ones into strangers. Exile makes sense when you realize that you were never really home in the first place.
Odin wished to drink from this spring, but he had to pay a price. So he gouged out his own eye as offering to Mimir. He drank from the well and traded one way of seeing for another.
Yeah. Was? Okay. Trained to mix.
The song. Balraven's song. It's over here. It's over here. Is that? It's over there. No.
Okay, nog keine Ahnung.
Listen, focus, listen. It's
Wie mal schauen wir das?
Was anderes spielen? Wieso?
This reminds her of some. The forest. Where? Which forest? Forest in the wild. The wilds. She went to the wilds a long time ago. Why did she go to the wilds? She wanted to fight her own darkness. She thought she could beat her own darkness. Did she beat her darkness? No.
Ja, helaas.
Killed her, but she tried.
Dat is niet oft.
Druth helped her.
Was hat Dom gemeint? Was bringt das
She'd
mit
be
sich?
dead. She can't beat her own darkness. She wanted to marry Dillian. She came to beat her own darkness.
Ik blik me niet door.
But it didn't work. She thought her curse would affect him. She thought her curse would spread to him. She thought she'd bring the darkness to him too. She nearly died. She thought the curse made her tainted. Druth helped her. It's not helping. It's true.
Quiet. Can't think. Out in the wilds. In the cold winter woods.
Where have they gone?
She no longer felt fit for this world. She almost gave in to the darkness. She remembered Dillian's words. She remembered her promise. She resolved to fight on and kill that which had become a part of her.
Ik heb het over hier.
Für mich schaut das alles gleich aus.
Hä?
Für mich schaut das alles gleich aus.
Ja. Das Problem ist, ich will jetzt zu dieser einen depperten Rune. Ich glaube, jetzt bin ich richtig. Ja, jetzt bin ich richtig. Da ist die Rune.
The Northmen say that Odin has two ravens. Their names are Thought and Memory, and each day he sends them out to fly all across the world. Upon their return, they perch on his shoulders and tell him everything they have seen and heard. In this way, he learns of things far and wide, and for this reason, he is called the Raven God. Senua, like
Okay,
Odin,
passt.
you
Das
must
nächste ist erst
subject
später.
thought and memory if you are to succeed in the quest.
Gut dann. Und hier. Wieder mal. Ich glaube, ich weiß schon. Gürkchen.
Karöttchen.
Ja, jetzt habe ich es klar. Jetzt habe ich es klar.
The ravens.
Genau, 3 wollte ich.
Where have we gone?
Es ist...
Hä?
I was so naive to think she could banish it on her own.
Was hat Hänschen für mich da gerade, oder was?
Further she
Ja.
Was
saw
tust du
into
mit
the
dem Sessel,
darkness,
bitte?
the more she
More
struggled
hand.
to see anything at all.
Lap Dance.
And the glow,
Mach dann Lap Dance.
the smallest hints of shape, sound,
Mit Karotten und Gurken.
strength until they consumed her whole.
Ein Karott vorne, ein Gurken hinten.
Hä?
Ein Karott vorne, ein Gurken hinten.
Darkness had her in its claws.
Komm ich jetzt wieder auf da? Nein. Ich kann nicht in die Kommentare schauen. Kann ich da nicht overhupfen normal? Nein.
Der Bein
Okay, einfach
hat
die
schön.
Tiere. Was?
Ruhig.
Mhm.
Und welcher hat einen Kanal?
So, warte mal. So. Jetzt haben wir es wenigstens gleich, was diese scheiß Rätsel da brauchen so nicht lang. Haha, fertig.
The gate
Ich hab
is
gesagt, du
open.
kannst nicht in die Kommentare schauen, jetzt hat er mal einen Screenshot von die Kommentare
There is
geschickt.
no such thing as victory.
Er hört dann.
It's like it doesn't want to
wert.
Yet, it will gnaw at her.
Na,
biding its
weiter.
time.
Nein.
Only when she is at her weakest will it strike to kill.
Nein,
And will she find Dillian before her time comes?
nicht jetzt.
Hm?
Nicht jetzt.
Ah. Krispl, das Arschloch.
Overcome Valravan's final illusion to face him in his keep. I know you can do it, Senua. You have the sight.
We both see the darkness. We can fight it together.
Klickern, klickern, klickern. So, da gibt's keinen Weg mehr und keine Ahnung mehr. Was wird das denn für haben? Ah, da. Genau, jetzt werden die Sterne.
Speak to me, Druth. Tell me a story.
Senua, listen. I will tell you the tale of a man called Findan. The Northmen captured Findan's sister, and his father sent him to pay for her release. But they took his gold, put him in chains, and held him for a day and a
Wie man
night.
dachte, wir
without
gerade.
food or
Achso,
water.
passt, okay.
Then they released him.
Und jetzt gedacht, die Sterne sind jetzt eigentlich weg und jetzt müssen die vorbeikommen,
Upon
aber
his return, his father's enemies in Erin
da
set
waren ein paar
fire
und
to
jetzt
his
habe ich
home.
geglaubt, jetzt komme ich nicht durch.
His father burnt to death, and his brother was killed. But he escaped with sorrow in his heart. His father's enemies offered redress for his loss and invited him to a feast. It was at a hall near the sea.
Okay.
But when he went there, they betrayed him to the Northmen, who enslaved him and took him to hell. 6 years later, his slave masters landed on the shores of Brittany, burning all before them. And into that fire, Findan made his escape. What was Findan?
So, jetzt muss ich sicher nur mehr aufhören, weil sonst komme ich nicht weiter.
But from the flames, a
Keine
new
Ahnung.
man stepped forward,
Weiß ich nicht.
and Druth
Ich bin nur Zuschauer.
was born. Druth,
Ja, genau, sag ich doch.
the man that I am now. And though Findan never set eyes on his dear sister again, I, Druth, have found you, Senua.
Ich hasse das, weil ich dann nicht weiß, wie ich balanciere.
Before these dark times.
Ich weiß. Einfach nur in Controller gehalten, glaube ich. So, dass du nicht runterfliegst.
Ja, toll. Danke für den Hinweis, Sherlock.
Bitte gerne.
Muss ich so halten, dass du da oben fliegst.
Rokas, the gate is open. Open.
This darkness. I know it from the wilds. It's coming back for me.
Bitte.
So ist der Vogel vergewaltigt.
Oh, das gefällt dir sicher.
I'm still here. Are you too? Where are we?
Oh.
finde schon Heinrich, wenn das
I
Handy
remember.
kommt.
Mhm. Das ist halt interessant, ja.
It didn't end well in the wilds. It never does.
Das sieht wirklich komisch.
Darkness
Schaut wirklich komisch aus. Ist da was einrahmen?
settles in. Strikes out of nowhere, throwing you helplessly back into the
Das sieht
night,
wirklich voll komisch, Gebiete.
drowning the mind in fear, deeper, deeper, dragging you down so far into the void that maybe this time there is no coming back. But there, in the darkness,
Senuas,
she remembered what he told her.
hear me. Reach out to me. Senua, take my iron mirror. Look into it, for it is a window into the underworld. Within, you will see the face of the darkness that you fear. And if you focus, like I have taught you to, you will also see that as much as the darkness has you trapped within its veil, it too is trapped within yours. Focus. Focus! Focus!
I see you. I see you now. You led me to the wilds. You trapped me there.
Toll. Das ist ein Was?
Hau hin!
Da ist ja noch einer.
Finish this.
Lala. Foi claro.
Duschblatt, das Arschloch. Hoppla. Das war nicht zum Blocken. Single.
Ist glaube ich gleich hin.
Was?
Ist gleich hier, oder?
Na. Aber merkt man sofort, dass das schwer ist.
Right. I'm not over yet. Finished.
scheiß Gesindel.
The mirror focus its building. She can't remember.
Bullshit. Sogar das Arschloch. Da geht man am Arsch. Da geht man am Arsch.
No, she isn't. She needs to focus.
Da geht man zum Arsch.
Focus now.
Cool.
I never beat you in the wilds, did I? It was an illusion. But not this time!
Ja, ist das nicht überhaupt.
Keine Ahnung. Irgendeine Missgeburt, das stirbt jetzt.
The mark of Valravan. One of the keys to the gate to Helheim. Hold it in your mind's eye.
With every battle, the darkness grows stronger. Every victory bringing her closer to defeat. Unfair, isn't it?
Die hauen sich
In
jetzt schon
those
was weg.
dark winter nights in the wilds, there were times when she considered letting go. If it weren't for truth, a chance encounter in the wilds, she would not have heard his stories of the Northmen. And she would not have this chance to find Dillion's soul.
I'm coming. I still hear you.
Cool.
When she was younger, she would lay in the grass and stare at the clouds. And there she saw them. Elusive, shifting faces. After a while, she could see the faces everywhere. The trees, the mountains, caves. places too. There,
Warte mal, bevor ich da weiter tue.
Was ist Auto?
if you look for
Das stellt sich automatisch ein. Und muss nicht auf schwer spielen.
Senua, you have the sight. Just like I do. Once you can see into the underworld and all the souls within it will see you. Don't be afraid when they speak to you. I will always be here to guide you.
Did you see her? That was her mother, Galina. She was a priestess, a healer. She taught Senua to see the weave that binds the world together. And it was beautiful. It was a time before the darkness. But when it did come, it first came for her mother. Senua still sees her face from time to time, hidden in the world. Like she's still watching over. She misses her so much.
Wow.
Das war knapp.
Arschloch. Das Arschloch. Das muss man schlecken. Zum Arschlecken. War das schön.
She needs to go back. She can't. It won't open. Why won't it open? There's another challenge.
The Northmen say that in the beginning there was nothing but darkness, bitter cold to the north.
Also Blödsinn über den ersten.
They
Deswegen.
say the cold formed ice, which melted from the sparks from the south. The power of the darkness gave life to the dripping ice, and the first giant.
That's quite.
Ist der dick, ne? Oh, da kommen wir dazu.
He comes from a land older than mankind, and the Northmen
So.
call upon his flaming sword to raise their
Was?
Okay.
So, und jetzt wird davon eigentlich die nächste Runde sein.
spill his blood.
She found the wretched old fool on her way back from the wilds. Outcast.
Willst du nach hinten rutschen, oder? Ja, du willst nach hinten rutschen, oder? Ja, was
was not only killed,
ich kann da längst greifen, vernünftig.
he spoke of his own darkness.
So. Ah, hier mir zwickt.
The Northmen tell this story. Before the earth was created, there was a world called Muspel. Because it was in the south, it was bright and hot, flaming, burning. Sparks that flew out from Muspel became the stars. Other
Das
sparks
ganze Zeit
melted
Space
ice in
King,
the
gell?
frozen world of Niflheim, creating the body of the
Oh,
first
gar
giant,
nix.
Ymir. Muspel is one of the 9 worlds, and is now the land of the fire giants. And people from elsewhere cannot endure a journey there.
Das Problem ist halt, mir fehlt irgendwas und das fehlt mir noch zur Platin-Trophäe. Und wenn du aber einmal an einem vorbei bist, tust du ein bisschen schwer. Wenn es wiegt, was?
Hast du gesagt, was du hast die Eizwig?
Ach so,
Was ist ein Eizwig, hä?
das bleibt der Geheimnis. Das Arschloch habe ich mir eingezwickt. Komm, es geht was zum Fighten. Ich will was zerlegen. Zuerst Gesindel. Jetzt kommt ja gleich was her. Servus, Gesindel. Servus. Du Mutter. Was bist du eigentlich? Na, dann komm her, du Arschloch. Wow. So, bitch, please. Genau. Wo kann man die Buchsen erfinden?
Die Mama hat die lieb.
Bringt uns zur Neigung. Boah. Boah, da könnte man fast der Küche in den Arsch schieben.
Arschloch.
Yes.
Hä?
Das war lieb gemeint.
Ja. Ich hab's ja auch lieb, aber sag's nicht so laut. Hast du's gehört? Ich hab's ja auch lieb, aber sag's nicht so laut.
Okay.
Flüster, flüster. Flüster, flüster. Ihr wisst schon was.
The path to Helheim is sealed for the living, but you already walk amongst the dead. Look towards the gate, and you will see that it has opened.
Open Sesame.
Guten Lauf.
When they first came to my lands, I knew enough of their tongue to beg for mercy, and they took me as a slave. I wish now that they had slaughtered me like the others. And I rode their storm of fire, death, slavery to many lands. This darkness you speak of? I know it well.
And I'm still here to fight.
Ah, irgendwo da ist es jetzt dann, oder nicht?
I can see your weak.
Da ist rechts irgendwo, glaube ich, auch noch ein Single. Ich sag's ja. Wow. Kannst du mal. Da kommt der Arschloch.
Don't give up. Don't give up.
Was?
Surrounded. Go. End it. End it now. This is nearly the end. It's finished.
Ja gut. Was tust du, Zwerge? Hä? Was soll mit der Kugel spielt das?
Das soll mich schon zu. Ja, ich tu aufpassen, dass es ihm nicht weh tut.
When you see a fire gate of soot, know that only a
That's the view.
sacrifice will stoke the fires of Muspel.
Schon wieder am
And let
Zuschauen.
the dead walk through.
Guck.
Ich tu aufpassen.
Find the fire,
Guck.
Senua.
I'm the daddy.
Path to soot.
I got it from my daddy. I got it from my daddy. Oh yeah. Holy shit.
Ja, es brennt.
Ja, das Skelett ist quickly.
Hell will not give you the answers you want. But you mustn't look away from the horrors it does offer. Because you cannot overcome suffering. You refuse to look at it.
Where's it gone?
Ah, da ist es.
So distant there. It's waiting. You can get through.
So wahrscheinlich auch schon. Ja,
Need to find another way.
war schon
Northmen
blau.
say that the defender of Muspel is called Sir, foremost of the fire giants. His name means the Black One.
Black
Sounds
One.
like something
Das
bad.
ist ein Schwein.
The Northmen believe that he sits at the border of Muspel with his flaming sword. And at the end of the world he will leave his post. He will travel to Asgard and Midgard, waging war against all the gods. He will be victorious. And then burn the whole world with fire.
Okay. Was hast du mit da oben? Another gate.
Needs to find it.
Another gate.
Fire sacrifice.
Navigate.
It's too far. She'll never find it. She'll never make her way back. She needs to
Gut.
remember her way back.
Setzen wir die Pappen.
Everything will burn.
Concentrate on where you're going. She needs to remember the path.
Everything will burn, then how will she find the way back?
She will.
Oh, habe ich eine
The
gefunden.
Northmen say that what we see as a rainbow is the bridge that goes from the world of men to the world of the gods. For now, they say the frost giants and the mountain giants cannot cross it. But they say that when Ragnarok comes, not a thing in this world will be safe. The Rainbow Bridge will break under the onslaught of the fire giants
It's just
riding on
something
flaming
horse, okay?
steeds. Senua, I have seen the fire of Surt spread far and wide, and to our lands. Ragnarok is coming.
Das sage ich dazu. Feu, feu. Dominik, feu, feu. Feu, feu. Feu, feu.
The Northmen made fire sacrifices, burning slaves like me to reveal the path to Surt. I searched for meaning in their suffering, in their eyes, but they just screamed like helpless pigs.
Danke. Okay. Alter.
Do your gods answer your prayers, Senua? I asked the gods for mercy, all of them, even theirs. None answered. In the end, I set myself free. Defy the gods, Senua! Find your own path, like I find mine!
My gods abandoned me. I am alone.
So. Oh, schon.
The Northmen believe that the world will be destroyed someday. They call it Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. Asgard will be attacked by Surt and the fire giants. A monstrous wolf will swallow the sun, and the gods will fight in vain against their enemies. There is nothing they can do to prevent it, but Odin ever seeks knowledge and magic, hoping to find a way to postpone that dark day.
Is that cool?
Det var Miss Worm. Was?
Gangbang fra det sound. Hvis ADL på alle Seiten punkti punkti punkti.
Schießt du der Kader die ganze Zeit, oder?
Mhm.
Mensch, Sammy.
Wasser wahrscheinlich kalt gewesen.
Mhm. Jetzt bin ich erst wieder da, ich blick mich nicht mehr durch. Bin verloren. Gut. Nein.
Sammy,
Oh,
komm
das
her.
ist richtig.
Komm. Komm her. Blades Arschloch, komm her. Nein, jetzt komm erst recht nicht. Oder warte doch, ich komm
The
schon.
Northmen of Hell worship the Devourers, insatiable gods of darkness.
Gott,
Das
doch
musst
nicht.
du nicht. Das musst du nicht dazu.
Where I once followed my own gods, the Tuatha De Danann.
Why did you abandon me?
Du, was du kacken? Stinkst aus dem Arschloch.
I was a man of knowledge,
Na, gut wieder riechen.
a warrior.
Na, war.
To survive,
Der war sogar noch feucht.
Wie geschlechtig.
Das war schlecht.
like you, the man I once was has died. And when that happens,
Boah,
even
das ist ein
gods you
kleiner
worship
Scheiß.
will
Ja,
die
den
with you.
sehe ich auch gerade nicht.
Blick mich nicht durch.
Das R ist eh da geradeaus.
Wusch.
Nicht da. Links. Links.
Du bist links.
Da ist das R irgendwo, was bestimmt die Seite ist.
Woher sollst du das wissen? Du kennst dich nicht aus.
Ah, du leicht.
Ja. Schaust jetzt, ha? Na, das ist nicht da.
Das ist
Das ist
irgendwo
da nach
aus.
rechts.
Je näher du kommst, desto mehr R sind da am Baum unten.
Stimmt.
High five, bitch.
Wenn du nochmal schlagst, schlag ich zurück.
Okay.
Bitch, please. Wo ist das X? Da riecht so noch scheiße gerade. Alter, gerade was hast du gemacht?
Sag ich doch, da hat wer kackt.
Porn.
Gut, bitte mach auf da ein paar Minuten.
Ja, Alter, was hat das für einen Sinn, wenn das eigentlich von da drüben umscheit? Alter,
Ja, da drüben haben wir leider kein Fenster.
jetzt gleich ans Lagerfeuer, singt das Lagerfeuerlied. Das LAGRFEURE-Lied. Und das Lied geht noch viel schneller, denn dann wird es zum Hit.
Ah,
Holy shit. Jetzt ist laut, ist dran leiser. Ups, ich glaube, da hätte nicht einer rennen sollen.
ich glaub, du bist verbrennt.
Burn, Baby, burn. Disco Inferno.
Oh,
Burn, Baby, burn.
oh,
Ja, ich weiß.
jetzt ist das Händchen schon halb
Mir
voll.
scheißegal. Das nächste, was schwarz ist, ist ihre Vagina.
Verdammt.
Verkuckelt nämlich die Feier. Was ist das jetzt?
Fensterlöcherei.
Ich glaube, ich geh da links. Ich glaube, ich geh da hin. Scheiß Stimmen. Also du musst so krank werden. Hat das auch noch? So. Schneller.
You say your world has collapsed. Good. Let it collapse, and have the courage to shed your tears. Raise your world to the prime!
My world is dead.
Only then, as with a newborn, will you see the world anew.
No.
Whoop. So, und jetzt sollte da normalerweise die zweite Runde. Links hier. Genau, da muss ich dann nachher hin. Was bist du da auf?
The Northmen say
Mädchen
that at
Kakabu.
Ragnarok, the sons of Muspel will
Das
travel to
ist ein
battle
bisschen
in a
scheiße.
ship called Naglfar.
Da dann irgendwie diese Plastikscheiße
And when the sons of
geschissen
Muspel
oder?
leave the ship and ride to battle, it will be as though the sky had split open, and Surt will lead them. Wherever he goes, flame will erupt before him, and fires will burn behind him.
Upala. Okay. So.
Tell me truth. How did you escape through the darkness?
Once I found my purpose, I was no longer enslaved to the suffering I had to endure to reach it. Unclouded by fear, I could see it clearly in others. Even my captors feared the fire of Surt. And so, during one raid, I took my chance and ran, knowing that they would not follow. The fool ran into the fire. They left me for dead. Maybe they were right to. But here I am. Free.
I'm glad I found you in the wilds. I wouldn't have made it without you.
Warte, das hat auch irgendwas mit den Stangen da zum Tag. Da,
Oh, ob schon.
das habe jetzt ich gefunden.
Nein, weil ich hab gewusst, dass das Stangl da was zu tun hat damit.
Ich hab gerade gesagt, das hat was mit den
Nein,
Stangen
du
zum
hast gar
Tag.
nichts gesagt. Bitch, please.
Die Pappen. Ja, schon.
Wenn ich nicht wisse, dass es ein Schmäh ist. Ja, jetzt brauchst du nicht kuscheln kommen.
Der liegt eh da, ich hab den gar nicht gesehen.
Ja, der passt sich seiner Umgebung an, weiß auf weiß. Quader.
Und dann drückt der schwarze Fleck raus.
Scheiß der schwarze Fleck aus.
Ist mal Pancake?
Ja.
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 Ist das warmer?
Ha?
Ist das wärmer?
Ja, vielleicht brennt da eh gleich wieder die Gegend, hast du es einfach in Spüren.
Du hast die kleine auch, gell?
Haha, das hab ich gefunden, du Bitch.
Ich habe nicht darauf geachtet jetzt.
Ja. Ich soll nicht mehr das aushalten.
Eins hat's da gegeben, das was wir glaube ich stundenlang gesucht haben. Da.
Da. Also nein, da muss ich. War schon
Okay.
wieder, ja.
Haben wir gerade gefunden. Aha. Ich hab's zuerst gefunden.
Du hast gar nichts gefunden.
Ja, ich hab gesagt da.
Ruhig! Bitch, please.
Ja, du den gleichen. Nice.
Das ist wahrscheinlich das, was mir am meisten gefallen hat. Das ist die Leichen, die überall gestapelt sind.
Mal nicht. Wirklich.
So.
Ach, kann ich den nicht aufhören. Bestimmt deine Finger immer so. Kennst du das Büro?
Hä?
Wenn du mit denen nicht aufhörst, stinken die Finger so.
Jetzt bitte nicht aufhören, stinken die Finger so. Was meinst du nur?
If I can survive
Ich weiß nicht.
and escape my darkness,
Finger in Po,
and so
Mexiko.
you.
This girl is on fire! This girl is on fire!
Run! Through the fire! Keep running! Go on! Nothing will stop! Run, Senua! Run!
Das ist scheiß Stimmen, Alter. Das ist ja...
She's dying.
It's end. It's
Hat das jetzt sein müssen?
Was, bist du wieder hin?
Na, ich hab nix gemacht. Das ist jetzt eine normale Cutscene. Glaube ich halt. Ja, nein, ich weiß ja selber nicht einmal mehr in dem Spiel, wann ich jetzt halt wirklich selber stirb und wann das eigentlich nur Teil vom Spiel ist.
I'm sorry.
Jetzt kann ich Pancakes machen.
I'm so sorry.
Pancakes. Kaffee.
Mistakes have
Weinrot oder rot?
Hä?
Weinrot oder rot?
Hä?
Weinrot oder rot?
Are you sure you want to do this?
Es kommt darauf an, was das für Rot ist, was das ist.
Das Weinrot schaut wirklich aus wie ein Wein.
Side by side. We always do.
This is my
Da die erst sagen Weinrot.
I have to face it alone.
Gold?
Away from
Das sind keine Pancakes. Oh ja.
Wow, schau halt gescheit, mach auf deine Augen.
I don't know.
Kotz.
For how long?
Clash. Schmeiß. Jetzt muss ich geschickt haben, Events machen. Nein.
You know,
Wieso mache ich das eigentlich?
just promise me that you will come back to me. I want you to say it. I want you to say it.
Guschblatt, das Arschloch sagt es jetzt. I want you to say
I will come
Guschblatt,
back
das
to you.
Arschloch.
I promise.
Welcome back. Ich schließe mir einfach schnell die Flammen und verbrennen, dann bin ich weg zum Bier. Wie lange läuft das drin?
1 Minuten 30.
Kämpfen. Es ist ein Mikro drauf.
Ja klar.
You destroyed everything, everyone, but not me. Fight now.
Oh ja, Feier!
Das ist so geil still. Bam.
Remember your training.
Kannst du bitte angreifen? Nein. Ich glaube, das ist schon wieder auf schwach. Ich glaube, das ist schon wieder auf schwach.
Auto.
Hä?
Auto, hast du
Ja, ja, aber ich glaube, das stellt sich jetzt gerade auf schwach für mich.
keine Ahnung.
Single. Insert dick hier. Me.
Servus. Anna Benji.
For every battle won, a greater
Okay.
battle takes its place.
Ja, süß.
And so it goes. Until we fall.
Ja, da hat er nicht so Unrecht.
Klar.
In the end, we all fall. Even the gods have their time. Yet we still go on. Why?
I made a promise, and I will go to hell to keep
I die free, knowing you will carry my stories with you. I have fulfilled my quest.
Yes, you have.
When darkness comes, I vow to guide you in this life and the next to fulfill yours.
Then I will see you in hell.
Be ready to face horror in the eye, as I have,
Pancakes.
to find your answers. Your quest. The truth.
Hilfe!
Truth was a troubled man, scholar turned slave. They tortured him, took him with them on their raids, drove him to madness, spreading this new form of darkness to new worlds, to my world. Senuas saw a deep connection form between the Northland and the darkness. His tales of hell were true. That was the source of it. She learned everything she could from him, until she too could see what he saw.
I know.
Ah, das Pancake bleibt mir in der Gosche stecken.
Hä?
Das Pancake bleibt mir in der Gosche stecken.
Weil?
Weiß ich nicht.
Pickt so stark oder was?
Ja,
Ist so heiß?
weiß ich nicht.
Have you ever died before?
Wird das selber mitnehmen?
Vielleicht.
An illusion of self is shattered.
Oder vielleicht, Schatzi.
You simply cease to be,
Maybe, baby.
though it may not seem way to others. You know when it is true. You can feel it. A stranger in your own body. An imposter. And nothing is the same ever again. Senua has died before. And she will do so again.
Spoiler. Spoiler. Jetzt kommen nochmal Gegner.
The mark of Valravan, the mark of Surt. You may cross the bridge over the River of Knives to Helheim.
Why is she waiting? Open the gate. Open the gate.
Mein Chef.
She's done it.
Finster. Nicht schrecken, Schatzi.
So dark. It's dark. The dark. Only the dead may cross. Only the dead may cross. Only the dead may cross.
Pancakes.
Wir essen jetzt Ben.
Truth? Anyone?
There is no one here but me. Did you think that I would let you go? That you lost me back in the wilds?
Ja.
I will never let you go. You can't get rid of me. I am your shadow. And I will be watching when you draw your last dying gasp.
I'm not ready to
Hoppla!
die.
Ben ist
When you
geflogen.
see what they did to your dear beloved.
Damn it!
In this waking nightmare, where all dreams come true, you searched for control, a way to pull through. When you were in love, you left him in tears, to smother your furies and banish your fears. But in darkness they came. Through stormy black seas they raided these shores. Do you still hear his screams? And now that you're home, he's so far away. They've taken his soul. To these gods you cannot pray. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through his darkness you will find him. In your sword still
Sein Tod
beats
wird nicht dich
a
halten
heart.
ab. Das ist der Gleiche.
You fought for love unspoilt by your
Wird dich nicht
darkness
halten
within.
ab.
Lecker.
You fought for your dreams.
Ja.
Now there's no way to win. In the head of his corpse lies the seat of his soul. So you must carry his vessel to bring him back home.
Das ist das Blaue füllt dir bei dir an.
Hä?
Das Blaue füllt dir bei dir an.
Ja.
They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through this darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart.
Du hast das genehmigt heute.
Darkness touched you. Everyone could see it in the hollows of your eyes.
So Karotencreme-Suppe muss da gegessen.
Gaze.
Du hast mir sogar die Schüssel dafür gegeben.
Ah ja, stimmt, ja.
You ran from it but brought it nearer. Led it to him. An endless suffering, worse than death.
Worse than death. Der klingt so, dass ich gerade aussprechen.
No. The darkness won't allow it.
The darkness won't allow it.
Into the lair of the beast. Look it in the eye, and you will go to war. This is your mission. This is your
Bist jetzt
quest.
so weit weg?
There is
Damit ich mich hinten healen kann.
Nein.
Ach so, ja, warte, Magic Fingers nicht mehr. Da kraul mich
Weil ich
Frauchen.
gerade der Lilly gewinnt.
Nein, du wolltest mich kraulen. Vor allem jetzt ist es spannend.
Nein.
Deswegen.
Ah ja, schon
Guck
wieder.
mal, blaues Arschloch.
the gods made you a warrior for a reason. It's your calling.
Hup, hup.
His heart, his blood. The better fight.
Ich hab Angst, dass da von der Seite das Sackgesicht kommt gerade.
Jetzt kommt er.
Danke.
Do it. You're close.
Where there is a new world ahead. The only one.
Hoppala. What? Cool, come over, Han.
Every gate you open into darkness brings another challenge.
Hoppala. So, ja, da muss ein bisschen stark werden. Arschloch. Achso, he's defeated, okay. Hup.
Au, au, au.
abgehauen. Hm. Ah, jetzt weiß ich, wo ich bin.
However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads to hell, you may find it guarded by a giantess. She will ask your name. She will ask your lineage. She will ask your business. The Northmen tell of the warrior woman Brynhild, who leapt into fire and rode to hell to join her slain love Sigurd, and is challenged by the giantess.
Okay. Das ist das nächste. Pum.
Top on the world. Top of the mountain, wie heißt das? Wie heißt das? Top of the mountain und zusammen?
Nochmal was?
Wenn man ganz auf den Berg
Hell
kommen ist.
possesses large dwelling places.
Top
King
of
of the Hill.
Nein, Top of the
Tall are her
mountain, oder?
walls.
Ja, aber
High
King of the
are her
Hill
gates.
gibt's auch.
Das hat sie nicht
The name of her dish is hunger.
Oh ja, aber das ist ein
Her
Spielmodus.
knife is famine. On her
Das nächste kommt erst am
threshold
Strand, Alter.
her bed is called sick bed, and her bed hangings are called
Nicht dumm tun.
flames of a funeral pyre. They say she is easy to recognize, half black
Spoilern.
and half the color of flesh,
Was spoilern?
and her
Wie alles
face
funktioniert.
menacing and grim.
Ich weiß ja, wie es funktioniert, ich habe es schon mal durchgespielt. Es geht mir nur darum, dass ich jetzt keine von den Runen vergieß. Sonst war das ein bisschen mühsam, das Ganze.
The journey to Helheim is never a straight one. Each must find their own path. Align yourself to its secrets, and you will find yours.
Was hat das jetzt? Was hat das, was du?
Ein Blind. Ein Blinzel,
Wie juckt's? Juckt's? Unten. Da. Unten. Kratzen. Kratzen. Unten. Kratzen, 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 kratzen. Kratzen, kratzen, kratzen. Was?
Nein, mich rauft's gerade.
Wieso? Solange sie nicht den Haxen amputiert, ist doch wurscht.
Reißt dir die Haut von der Norm aber
Ja, ist ja nix.
dann Lötkolben oder was immer das ist.
Ist ja nix. Da ist. so da, so, ja. Jetzt wird's spannend, Schatzi.
The gate. It's opening.
Who is it? It's coming.
That song again.
Is it?
It's Ella.
Yes, the source of the darkness. It's coming. This is your moment.
I'm sorry. I can't watch this.
What are you doing? You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace.
Verdammt.
The gods will
Mitte.
punish you for this.
Mitte.
Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it. Get up. Get up. Get up and fight.
Whoop.
Is it he? No.
Stormy seas and lost souls.
Sturm, end the credits.
Oh,
She's
fuck.
dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts and fears,
Ich krieg nicht genug
are
davon.
seen by our inner eye.
Das ist einfach angenehm.
But what if
Alter.
each one of us is
Man
always
sieht immer
dreaming,
so ein
even when awake?
Roboterarm, drück auf Go und dann geht's den ganzen Tag auf, ohne dass ich was selber machen muss. Das hätte dir gefallen, gell?
Mhm.
Is
So
this
wie
what
der
hell is?
Roboterarm beim Facebook-Video.
A
Wir haben
world
das
shocked
probiert.
by Senuas nightmares.
Na,
Maybe that's why
er
people
kann
fear
nicht
seeing
streicheln.
the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted,
Ja, kratzen, 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 kratzen,
that
kratzen.
yours might be
Wirklich kein Kratzen.
You fail the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed. What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be? Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
Du blödes Arschloch.
Look at you. A warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there is no one left to do that for you.
What's that?
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your sword.
Come on. There.
Ja, normal.
why go on when you give everything and face that which torments you, only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined? Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling,
Sitzt immer hinter mir.
Ja, ich bin müde.
a
Ja.
song.
Wir können nicht aufhören.
Schaut der Ben noch zu?
Hm?
Schaut der Ben noch zu?
Ja, anscheinend.
Ja.
Anscheinend, was ist das sicher? Mir juckt's.
Who are you? Do you still believe in me, Senuas?
It's a trick. It's a trick. He's already dead.
Hm?
He can't be here. It's impossible.
Was hat das jetzt?
Das war das, was du mir in der Früh geschickt hast.
Was?
Come to me. Please.
Hm?
The light. Go towards the light. It's him.
Go towards the light.
It's just a trick. It's in your mind. It's in your mind. It's real. It's happening. Go towards
Uff.
Spielt er jetzt nur ihrer Geschichte nach oder ist sie die?
Ich weiß es nicht.
Und sie redet immer in der Vergangenheit von dir.
Ich weiß es nicht. Ich will da nicht deppert suchen.
Und da steht der PlayStation schief.
Hm? Das ist eine gute Frage, warum das schief steht. Das ist das erste davon.
There it is. Your imagination. It's dead. He's gone. You were so slow. How could you? Keep going. How could you keep going? Ignore the pain. I told you it was to trick you. I told you. Where are you going? See, there's nothing to follow. Come on.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father's in-bell made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
It's already disappeared. Nothing lives here, not even you. It's in your mind. You think you can see it, but it's in your mind. Is that true?
There he was. The lone figure of a
Ja, da ist er.
sword play under the shade of a tree.
Ich lass das Spiel schon der Runde vorbeikriegen.
The first time she saw him. To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing. And the world danced with him. The gloom lifted. For the first time in years, she felt a ray of hope.
But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not mercy, because he knows. As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by Sigmund. So his sister...
Gut, ich glaube, ich habe mehr vergessen, als ich glaubt hätte.
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli. After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy and finds him strong and fearless, and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir.
Hoppala. Hat's gefunden.
Watching from afar, she meditated, perfecting her own wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
Ik ben tot straf.
Straf.
As Sigmund and Sinfjotli are being buried alive, Sigmund's sister throws an armful of straw into the grave mound. Hidden in the straw is Sigmund's sword, the gift of Odin. They cut their way out of the grave mound and set fire to Siggeir's hole. The king burns to death. Sigmund calls to his sister to come out, so that she may live and be honored. She does come out, but only to tell him the truth. That she slept.
How does he so effortlessly court the world of bliss? If only she could do the same.
Was war das?
Das war noch dein
See the world
Laktose-Test.
through eyes anew
Ach so.
and dance with it.
Oh,
Just
da
like
schaut
he
es auf einmal
does.
schön aus.
Hm?
Da schaut es auf einmal schön aus.
Also schau sie mal. Hm? Hm.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Schau, was du
Oh.
da für
Zenu's daughter.
I have to go.
langes Gesicht gehabt hast.
Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
Ob jetzt einmal?
Nein, jetzt hast du rund.
Gusch.
Well,
Einfach nur
watched
Gusch.
you, and
You.
Du schaust aus, als wärst du 2 Jahre jünger auf den Bildern.
You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dilly,
Oh,
here for the warrior trials. Come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who's supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are.
das ist Wasserflüsse.
But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all. Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to
Ha,
destroy
zum
you.
Kratzen.
Nein,
I can still feel it.
Karl mich.
Whatever's left of him, they
Nicht
will
wann's kratzen.
never let him
Aha,
go.
Karl.
I'm gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here,
No.
and all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Du spürst Arschloch.
Is that you? I'll find you, my love. I promise.
Can you see him?
You want to believe it.
Is he
It's
there?
not real.
Is he there?
You're alone in these mountains.
Is that Delia?
Nothing lives here.
You won't survive.
You met him by the tree.
She met him by the tree.
Maybe it's a sign, the tree.
What's he trying to tell you?
He's waiting for you by the tree.
Du.
Karl mich.
Na, du kratzt.
Karl mich.
Es ist kalt.
Boah.
And here is the end of Sigmund's story. He was a fierce and great warrior who fought many battles. But one day, an old man came onto the battlefield. Although shadowed by a hood, Sigmund saw that he only had one
Tre.
eye.
Sam je ole zum sehen.
The man raised his spear. The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day, Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out at Sigmund's touch. His brother-in-law, King Siggeir, wants it, but Sigmund refuses him, so King Siggeir plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast, but when they arrive, they are met with an army, not a warm welcome. King Siggeir captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword.
Nix da. Und da dran.
Was?
Ja, da wird jetzt dort an das Fernseher.
A sword. Take it. Delia left it for you. Take it. Take it. Take it.
So klingt das, wenn man richtig festen Durchfall hat. Aber richtig schlimm.
It's coming from there. And there. What are they? Look. Where's it coming from? She's started something.
What's happening?
Senua, imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Gramr. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gramr by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the tree of death will take you to new lands, where you will face the trials.
Go to the shard. Go to the shard.
Go to the shard.
What's the shard? Find it.
the runes. You need that sword.
Go to the shard.
Find the shards. Where is it?
Find it. There it is.
Focus.
There's the shard. Focus.
Focus.
Use your eyes. Look.
Get closer.
What can you see?
Go to it. It's not safe. Don't go near it.
Move closer. Go. Come on. What can you see?
It's in your mind.
You can see.
Huh? Huh?
A king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
I don't recognize this place.
Where are we? Where is she?
It feels wrong. Where are we now? Burial mound. So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death, because we have no answer for it. But when it comes, and forces itself onto our friends or loved ones, then
Within the burial mound, Hervor calls on her father to wake from death and bring her his sword. She says that it is not seemly for the dead in their grave mounds to bear valuable weapons. Her father answers with words of warning. You go to your doom. Baleful runes surround you. You have gone mad. You have lost your mind. Your thoughts are confused. It is dangerous to wake the dead. Like I said, she reminds me of you.
Dillian, I'm here. I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember?
Dillian's calling to you. Can you hear him?
Where is he?
He sounds like he's getting further away.
Have you lost him?
You're going the wrong. Don't touch the walls.
You don't know what they might do.
Turn back.
She has to keep going.
It's not safe here.
She has to keep going.
If you go down there, no one can save you.
It's too scary.
Find another way. It's not working.
You have to use your mind. Where can you go?
You're failing. Find another way.
Think, focus.
I can hear him.
Think clearly. You have to find it.
Senua, you're... Remind me of a story that the Northmen tell about a young woman warrior. Her name is Herver, the daughter of a berserker, born after he was killed. She's a wild, willful child who teaches herself to fight with weapons. When she learns where her father is buried, her only desire is to reclaim the treasure buried with him, but above all, the sword, Tyrving. Herver ignores her father's warnings. The grave mound opens, and it seems to be full of fire. Again, Herver demands her inheritance, but her father warns her the sword is cursed and would be the bane of her family. But he relents and brings her the sword. She leaves the island with it, but the curse holds true, and death would follow in the years to come. And so, Senua, the misdeeds of a father have cursed his daughter.
The voice is getting louder. Listen.
Dillian.
Listen.
It's him.
Listen. It's getting louder.
There he is.
You're getting closer.
Keep going.
Senua, follow the voice.
You're nearly there.
Dillian's voice.
It's him. He's going to save you.
Find the voice.
Find him. You don't recognize it.
Don't doubt yourself. You'll never find it.
She doesn't recognize it.
Yes, you do. You know where you are.
She doesn't.
Listen for his voice. Listen.
Dillian, where are
Listen
you?
for his voice. Dillian, they look the same.
Looks the same.
Something's different. Look for clues.
What is it?
What's different?
There's a clue.
It's not him. It's not him.
We told you. We told you it was a
Dillion's voices.
You put right into their hands.
They have you.
How could you?
You think that voice is Dillion's?
It's not.
It's beckoning you to
What's happening?
It's not him, it can't be. It's like so, the voice is changing.
That's
Herva disguises herself as a man. To join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader. When they come to the island where Herva disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader. When they come to the island where her father is buried, her men do not want to go ashore. They say that evil haunts the island, and that it is a worse place by day than other places are by night. Fearless, she lands alone. There are many grave mounds, and all of them have ghostly flames burning over them. She comes to the grave mound of her father after passing through these ghostly fires, as though they were mist. The flames I passed through were real enough. Damn the Northmen to hell.
needs me to face my fears.
Father? I'm leaving. I've decided. I think it will be good for me.
It's the darkness. It's speaking through
No,
you.
Dad, it's me. I think I can beat it. In my own way.
I can see the darkness in your eyes, child.
I met a boy.
Boy.
The chieftain's son.
No.
He said he could help me.
It's a trick.
He said I could be normal.
Normal?
Yes.
No boy is going to save you. No one can. When they see the rot growing inside you,
No!
they will turn their back on you. The gods can only fix you through my hand. You're going nowhere.
No.
You will not defy the gods. Come, child, take my hand. Come. Senuas.
I am leaving!
You cannot escape the darkness. Your curse will make everyone suffer. You will have blood on your hands!
It's done.
You did it.
But there's more. There's more.